Hello everyone, in this video we'll solve a set based upon selection. In most of the sets based upon selection, the questions that you will come across, they'll be based upon forming teams. So here we have this question: a team is to be selected from among 10 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, subject to the following conditions. So the first condition is exactly 2 among E, J, I, C must be selected. So E, J, I, C. When I'll form a team, I will be selecting exactly 2 out of these. So we can select EJ, then EI, then EC. We can select JI, then JC, at last IC. So these are the only cases in which 2 people can be selected out of these 4. Next condition is if F is selected, then J cannot be selected. So that means F and J, they cannot be together. So either F can be in the team, either J can be in the team, or none can be in the team. Then next condition is exactly 1 among A and C must be selected. So between A, C, we will have to select either A or C. We cannot select both. There won't be any case in which we have neither A nor C. We have to select exactly one of them. The next condition is unless A is selected, E cannot be selected. So for selection of E, selection of A is important. So that means if A is not in the team, E will also not be in the team. So in other words, I can say that if E is in the team, A will have to be there, or I can say that E and A, they will always be together in a team. If E is there, there should be A. If A is there, E should be there. Then the next condition is if and only if G is selected, D must not be selected. So if G is there, we cannot have D in the team. But if G is not present, then in case D can be present. So I can say that either G or D, they will be in the team. So let me write either G will be there or D will be there. So D can only be absent from the team if G is in the team. So there won't be any case that both are absent. Because if and only if G is selected, then only D must not be selected. So we can say that either G or D will be in the team. Next point is if D is not selected, then H must be selected. So we can say that if D is not there in the team, H will be there in the team. Then D can singly be in the team. And I can say that D and H, they can together be in the team. Because if D is not selected, then H will be there. But this doesn't mean that if D is selected, then H will not be selected, okay? So yes, D and H can be in the team together. So that's it with the conditions. Next one is the size of a team is defined as the number of members in the team. Okay. So question 1 is who among the following cannot be a member of a team of size 4? So that means I have to form a team of size 4. I have to go through the options. I have to check whether E cannot be a member of a team of size 4, whether we can have H or not in the team of size 4, whether we can have F in a team of 4 or not. So if I form a team having E and it has 4 members, then I will not be selecting this option. If I form a team having 4 members and H is there, then also I can say that this option will be wrong. If I form a team having 4 members and F is present in that team, then I will not be selecting any of these options, okay? So if I go with option A, I have to select a team having E and I have to make a team of size 4 to eliminate the first option. Now as soon as I select E, I know that E and A will always be together, so A will be there. I know that only one out of A and C can be selected, either A or C, so C will not be here, okay? Now 2 out of E, J, I, C can be selected. I have selected E, I can select one more. So I can see that there is no such condition related to I, so I will select I, and then I can select one more person, okay? So let it be G. So selecting these 4, they are not violating any condition. So yes, a team of 4 can have E. So that means A won't be the correct answer to this question. Let us try to form a team having H and 4 members. So I will select H. Then I know that one out of E or A has to be in the team. So I can select E. If I select E, I will have to select A. In that case, I cannot select C because A is selected. Then another person that I can include here is I. So yes, I have formed a team having 4 members and H is present. And then only 2 out of EJIC are present. So yes, no condition is being violated. So yes, it is possible to select a team of 4 having H. So even this cannot be the answer. Let me try to select F in a team of 4. So if I include F, I know that I have to select 2 out of EJIC from this first condition. So let me select IC. Yes, that is possible, because if C is there, A will not be there. Then I can include anyone in the team. I need one more member, let it be say D. So yes, there's a team possible of 4 having F as a member. So all of them, E, H, F, they can be in a team of 4. So option D will be the correct answer to this question, none of these. Let's try to solve the next question. The next question is, what could be the size of a team that includes both F and H? So let me include both F and H. I have to make sure that there must be 2 members out of EJIC that have to be selected. So I have to include 2 people out of EJIC, so 2 more will be there. So F and H has to be there according to the question, they have to be there, and 2 more people out of EJIC, they have to be there in the team. So these 4 are fixed. 2 more out of EJIC. So I can say that the minimum size of a team that is possible, that will be 4. So a team of size 3, it is not possible if F and H both are there. Let us check if we can have a team of size 4, because it cannot be of size 3. Let me check for a team of size 4 in which both F and H are there. Now we know that 1 out of G and D must always be in the team. 2 from here must always be in the team. That is why in the previous question you must have seen in every team I included either 1 out of GD and 2 out of EJIC, because the condition related to G was if and only if G is selected, D must not be selected. So only if G is in the team, then D will not be in the team, otherwise D will always be in the team. So now I can say that F and H, their position is fixed in the team according to the question. 2 out of these E, J, I, C, they will definitely be in the team, so 2 again fixed. These 2 are also fixed, and I have to select 1 out of GD. So 1 out of these 2 is definitely fixed. So a minimum team, so a team can have a minimum size of 5 in which F and H are present. So a team of size 4 also is not possible when F and H are both in the team. Now we'll check for team of size 5. Okay, so if I have to form a team of 5 members, I have selected FH. Let me select G. If G is selected, D won't be there, so I cannot include D now. I just need 2 more members to form a team of 5. So see, if I select E, I will have to select A as well, and if E is selected, 1 more member out of EJIC must be there. So in that case the team becomes of 6, so that means E cannot be included over here. So let me select I and C. So 2 out of EJIC have been selected. And does this team of 5, does it violate any conditions? No, it is not violating any conditions. So yes, a team of size 5 is possible when F and H are present in the team. Let me check for teams of size 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as well. So for a team of 6, F, H must be there. Then I can select E, then I will have to select A. If A is selected, I cannot select C. So till now I have 4 members. I need 2 more members to form a team of 6. I need 2 out of EJIC. I have selected E. I need 1 more. So that person can be I. And 1 more member is needed. So let him be G. So yes, a team of size 6 is also possible. Let us check if a team of size 7 is possible. See, I have to form a team having both F and H. So J will not be there because see, either F or J or none can be in the team. So F is present, J won't be present. Then only 1 out of G and D can be present in the team. So if I put D in the team, then I can say that G won't be present. So till now we have 1, 2, 3 members. We also know that only 1 out of A and C can be present in the team. So if I put A in the team, then I will have to eliminate C from the team. So this will also be gone. C is also gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to make a team of 7. So I'll pick up E, because if A is there, E has to be there. So I have taken E. I can select I as well. It is not making any conflict. We have selected 2 out of EJIC. only one member remains, that is B. So yes, B will also be selected. So I have selected 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 and these 2. So this is nothing but a team of 7. So yes, a team of 7 is also possible. A team of 8 won't be possible because 1 out of GD has to be excluded. 1 out of F and J has to be excluded. 1 out of AC has to be excluded. So 3 guys won't be possible in the team. Okay, 3 will have to be excluded in any case. So maximum possible size of the team will be 7 only. So we can only have teams of size 5, 6 and 7. That's it. Next question is, in how many ways can the team of size 6 be selected if it includes E? So if E is there, A has to be there. If A is selected, I cannot have seen the team. Now definitely 1 out of G and D have to be in the team. 1 out of GD has to be in the team. So this case is basically fixed EA. Then 2 out of EJIC must be in the team. So let me select J as well. Okay. Then I can select H in the team and B is not causing conflict with anyone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because 1 out of these will be selected. 5, 6. So 2 teams are possible from here. In one team I will have G, in one team I will have D. So that is how a team of 6 is possible. Let me again form a team having E. So EA will definitely be there. In the case earlier I included J. Now let me include F in the team because only 1 out of F or J can be there according to this condition. So I have selected 1, 2, 3. I need to select 3 more. Now again 1 out of GD has to be selected. I have to make sure that 2 out of EJIC must be selected. Since A has been selected, we cannot select C. So let me select I. Because I cannot select J as well because F has been selected already. I need one more guy. It can be H. So yes, in this case also, in one team I will have G, in one I will have D. So yes, 2 teams are again possible from here. See, I can have one more case in which F and J both are absent. So let me form that. See, EA will definitely be there. Now I'm not having F, not having J. But again, 1 out of G and D must be there in the team. Since 2 out of EJIC must be selected, I have selected E. I need one more guy. See, J cannot be selected. I have selected A, so I cannot select C. So only one person remains from EJIC, that is I. He can be selected. So till now I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4 people. I need 2 more. So definitely 1 out of them will be B. Then another person can be H. There is no conflict. So again 2 teams possible from here. In one I will have G, in one I will have D. Now so far in all the teams I was having H present. I will form a team in which I will have only D present. So again EA have to be there. I said I will have only D, so I will put D. I have selected A, so I cannot select C. Only 1 out of F and J can be in the team, so let me select F. Then B can also come in the team. Now 2 out of EJIC must be selected, so let me select I. So one team is possible from here. There won't be any other combination possible. This is a lengthy question. You can even leave this because too many combinations have to be formed. So in total I can say that a team of 6 can be formed in 7 ways. So 7 will be the correct answer to this question. Question number 3. Let's solve the last question. What is the largest possible size of the team? So we have seen it in question number 2 only. A team will have maximum 7 members. So that's it. See, questions based upon selection are always lengthy because a lot of cases are involved, but again you can definitely solve 2 or 3 questions from it. Like this, the 4th question, what is the largest possible size of the team? You can solve this question because all the conditions are given to us. You just have to form a team, and you can always put all the people in a team first, like 10 people at once. Then you can keep eliminating those which cannot be together. From that you can quickly get the largest possible size of the team. Then the first question was very easy, in which you just have to form a team of size 4 because you simply had to go through the options and check whether it was possible or not. So in such sets, if not all 4 questions, you can definitely solve 2 or 3 questions. Okay. So if you still have a doubt, please comment. Thank you.